So which female from the series makes you do this? What's going on, guys and girls? Today I'm bringing you something a little bit different today. I'm here to talk about my top 10 list for the sexiest female characters in all of Hunter x Hunter. Now before I start, I just want to make it clear that the characters I chose they're my personal opinions, and you're free to share your own list in the comment section below. With that being said, I'll give you a brief description of why I chose each person as I go down the list. So hope you enjoy. Now let's get right into it, Hisoka style. Alright, so coming in at number 10 we have Pakunoda from the Phantom Troupe. Now, some of you are thinking, why is she on this list? And then other people are thinking, well, why is she so high on the list, you know? And, well, she's my number 10 because, well, one, she's pretty damn sexy. I mean, she can kick ass, you know, she has nice abilities, you know, and a good rack at that. And, you know, she's too good for bras, you know, screw bras. And, you know, I kind of like that, you know. I mean, and, you know, she kind of looks like Annie. Yeah, you know, Annie's hot, right? Ugh, never mind. But anyway, the reason why Pakunoda's at number 10 is because, well, why she's not higher is because, well, I guess you could say, you know, the nose kind of stands out a bit. I mean, you know, not that it's not that much of a problem. It's just, you know, compared to some of the other females in the series, that right there, that you know, one feature kind of puts her out, you know. I hate to say it, but I don't know, maybe some people like it, I don't know, maybe somebody in the comment section likes it, so tell me if you like that, you know, noses. I mean, I personally I like cheeks. I don't know, it's weird, it's just a thing. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. Alright, so landing the spot at number 9, we have Cluck from the Zodiacs. Now, Cluck, she kind of gives me this sort of Urza feel, you know, Urza from Fairy Tail, you know, and I like that about her, you know, that's why she's number 9 on this list. You know, her attire, you know, I love her design, you know, like, and her personality, which we don't really see that much of, but, you know, we get the gist of it, and you know, I really like that about her. That kind of makes her, you know, unique and kind of sexy. You know, also her you know, her body and her, you know, her whole physique. You know, it's just amazing. You know, kind of like, well, she might not have like as good of a bust, I guess you could say, as Pakunoda, but I think overall she probably slightly more sexy, just in my opinion. But yeah. But speaking of Zodiacs, let's move on to number 8. Now coming in at number 8, we have Geru. Geru from the Zodiacs. Now she appears like during the late part of Hunter x Hunter, like towards the end, when the Zodiacs come together and have their little meeting. Now, the reason she's on this list is because, well, I mean, I guess you could already see she's pretty damn sexy. I mean, you know, sexy lips, you know, eyes, majestic, you know, that she's pretty damn sexy. Now, the reason why she's not higher is because, well, it's because of the eyebrows, to be blunt about it. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but personally, I like my females with eyebrows, you know. It's just I guess it's just a thing that's supposed to be the standard. I don't know, but I mean, it doesn't affect her too much. But personally, I like my women to have eyebrows. I don't know, it just looks off, you know, without eyebrows. But nonetheless, she's still a pretty good looking female. So yeah, let's go on to the next one. Alright, so funny story, as I was searching to get an image for Bice or Base or however you say her name, well, I got some rather interesting photos. On your spare time, hopefully you can, you know, search up Bice, because I didn't realize it, but Bice actually means like screwing, I guess it is in Belgium, I think. I can't remember the the language it is, but yeah, it means something close to that. But anyway, as we have Vice, number 7. She was part of the group of hunters with Karapka, and she was trying to take down the mafia and all that good stuff. So now the reason she's number 7 is because, well, I mean, she is pretty sexy. I mean, the way she looks in a dress, her nen abilities, she's very seductive, very, very sadistic personality, and I like that, I guess you could say I'm a masochist or something like that, but she is pretty darn sexy, and that is something you can't really look over. So yeah, let's go on to the next one. Okay, well, I know what you're thinking. Well, sort of. Like Kai, what the hell are you doing? Why is she so high up? And well, let me put it this way. Now, I know she's like less developed than the previous females I mentioned, but when I think of the word sexy, it's not only about looks. I I like the sexiness of a fighter, a strong female. Someone who could handle their own, and Machi can do that. She's a very good example of that, and I like that about her. She's also pretty good looking at that, and I know she hasn't really worn anything. I guess that would like she hasn't really revealed anything, is what I'm saying, and that's also something. I mean, the idea of the unknown, making you think of what is, that also invokes, a bit of sexiness. So yeah, that's why she's my number 6. So yeah, I mean, you may not agree with me, but I don't know. I guess that's just how I see it. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. All right, coming in at number 5, we have Menchi, the gourmet hunter. Now, when I think of Menchi, I'm like, first thing that comes to mind is, why aren't you like a more important character? And well, you know, I guess for plot reasons, but she just she's she's like she's like Machi basically. I mean, just different hair color and more more built, I guess you could say. Not built, more developed, definitely. Uh, more more as an adult woman, even though she's like 21, I believe. But yeah, she's like Machi, but matured, and I really like that. She got everything that Machi doesn't, except for fighting ability, which kind of stinks, but doesn't change the fact that she's basically like Machi 2.0, excluding fighting. And then, but man, is she sexy? I mean, when I saw her in the Hunter exam, I was like whoa, like honestly, is this a harem Tagashi? Like, is this what you got me watching? But but yeah. Anyway, let's go on to the next one. All right, so I'm gonna put it out there. Now, I kind of know what you're thinking. Like, whoa, this is supposed to be humans, Kai. Humans, not ants, not any other any other species. But I mean, to be honest with you, you can still identify Zazan as a female. And being a female, I mean, she's pretty much humanoid with with a tail and some extra stuff. Now I'm talking about Zazan in her first form, not that other nasty monstrosity. But as she is in this form, she's pretty sexy. I mean, now I know she's like I guess you could say alien. From she's not really native to Earth, but overall her appearance is pretty sexy. She has nice long hair. Um, she got on very seductive clothing. I mean, I kind of find it strange how chimera ants have such weird clothing. They sometimes spawn or whatever with like t-shirts, but I don't know. That's I always found that funny. But she got a bikini on, and she has a heart on her tail. That's kind of cute. Kind of in a way, it kind of reminds me of Splicer, but then again, that that movie was kind of weird, and I guess that alien or whatever that was wasn't really that hot. I mean, that guy did have sex with it, but spoilers. But anyway, yeah. I overall, I think she's pretty sexy. As well. She's also strong and also put up a good fight. It kind of upset me that she killed Paco, but it's whatever. It's still pretty attractive nonetheless. But yeah, let's move on. All right, so coming in number three, we have Leroux, the prisoner from, I believe, the third part of the Hunter exam. Now, Leroux is pretty fine. I mean, she deserves her spot on this list. But I mean, more importantly, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, I don't know about you, but I kind of find her 1999 version a little bit hotter. I mean, maybe because she looks more like an adult woman, and in the 2011 version, she looks a little more kiddish, or I guess not kiddish, but underdeveloped, I guess you could say, and skinnier. So, but I don't know. Overall, I just her whole demeanor and you know her seductive ways. Man, is Leorio lucky? Such a lucky guy. But and I'm just gonna put it out there. She looks like she'd give some pretty good sex. I mean, to be completely honest. I mean, it's funny saying that, but I mean, just being truthful. She looks like she knows what she's doing. Like she has the experience, even though she looks like she's 14 or whatever. But that doesn't really mean anything. I mean, we know she's like not old, but she's like mid 20s or something. I don't know. She's an adult. We could safely say. But yeah, those are the things I see in her. So yeah, let's move on. Now coming just shy of number one, we have Palm Siberia. Now Palm, I guess you could say Palm like she she really turns me on. I mean, like you know, I guess it's weird to say this, but it's like in both of her forms. And it's really weird to say this, but I kind of I kind of think she's sexier in her Chimera Ant form. I mean, I know what you guys are thinking, Kai, but she's 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 not human anymore. Kai, she's like all her body is all disfigured. Well, not disfigured, but you know what I mean. Like she has like inhuman features on her body. But I kind of like that. Being inhuman doesn't necessarily make you less attractive. I kind of believe in delight and disorder. I like, I guess you could say there are certain features on a woman that I like that some may not like see that well. I mean, like for example, like the orb, or I guess the sphere or whatever on Palm's forehead. Like some people may not like that. Some people may be like, ugh, kind of reminds me of Frieza, and Frieza's not really something I would think of, or something like that, or like I guess, or it's just not really feminine enough for them, or but honestly, I think that like adds to her beauty. I think that makes her look even more even more mystical, real and mysterious. I like that, and that's honestly why she's my number two. But anyway, let's move on to the finale. Alright, so taking the title as number one sexiest female character in Hunter x Hunter, we have none other than Shizuku. Now, what can I say about Shizuku, man? Shizuku, she has like almost everything. She has the nen abilities. She has the body. She has that nice, innocent schoolgirl look, but at the same time, she's this sadistic, murdering machine. And I find that so damn sexy that it's unbelievable. she's easily one of my favorite Phantom Troop members, and easily in the top 5 favorite characters of mine. But man, she is very beautiful, and I hope, like, please, Togashi, please do not kill this character off, or at least if you kill this character off, like, kill her off in style, or just like, I guess just send her off, you know, let her, like, find a happy family or something, or just something. Just don't kill this character off. She means too much, Takashi. I just want you to know. But yeah. Well, anyway, before I end the video, I'm gonna name a few honorable mentions that were pretty sexy females, but didn't quite make the list. All right, so for the honorable mentions, we have Spinner Cluck, or not Spinner Cluck, Spinner Clo, Amane, Mitsuba, Kokoko, or Kako, or however you pronounce it, and Eliza. Now, they were pretty attractive girls, but they didn't, I guess you could say they didn't quite fit the description of sexy. You know, very beautiful nonetheless, but just not quite sexy, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that concludes the video. That's had a pleasure. I'm looking forward to more top 10s. Leave a comment down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and this is your boy Junior Kai, signing out. Until next time.